Today on DC News Now, the holiday travel rush is here. What you need to know before stepping out the door.
Thunderstorms are going to be possible on the 4th of July. We'll time out when you should expect to see these storms.
And the heat's not stopping anyone from preparing for the 4th of July.
You get butterflies, inevitably. There's excitement.
We're prepared for hundreds of thousands of people.
How the district is getting ready to blast off.
Also, watching your speed on the 4th of July. Why Maryland State Police are stepping up patrol.
Saluting veterans this Independence Day. How a town in Western Maryland is paying it forward and celebrating the red, white, and blue.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Marielle Carbone. Starting off with a live look outside right now. You are looking at Reagan National, where traffic is picking up for what's expected to be the busiest travel day of the year. We've got team covered today. Our Damon Matson tracking your 4th of July forecast. We'll hear from Dave LaValle later on with firework prep here in the district. But first, we are out to our Daniel Hamburg, who's getting a look at some holiday travel. Daniel, how's it looking out there?
Well, Marielle, as you said, this is expected to be the busiest travel day of this July 4th holiday week, really. You can see where you're standing over 395 here in Southwest D.C., where you can see the usual congestion coupled with those trying to head out of town for the 4th. Now, from this past Saturday through this Sunday, AAA projects 70.9 million travelers heading 50 miles or more from home. That includes 60.6 million by car and 5.74 million by air. At Reagan National Airport this afternoon, it wasn't too busy, and it looked like travelers went through security fairly quickly, while on the road, we talked with many drivers who are trying to beat the traffic by heading out either early tomorrow morning, or one man says he's staying in town for July 4th and heading out of town this weekend.
To avoid traffic, I just go after the holiday. So I will be traveling Saturday morning, and then I will be back on Tuesday when there's less traffic sometimes.
Traffic, traffic, traffic. So make sure if you are planning to hit the road today that you leave yourself some extra time and also some patience in that car. If there's any silver lining here, AAA says the gas prices, the national gas price average, is lower than it was this time last year. We're live in Southwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Certainly some good news there. Time now is 4:02, taking a live look outside at Reagan National on a very busy travel day, as Daniel just showed us, Marielle.
Yeah, I am jealous of the people taking off, but glad I don't have to wait in all of that traffic or the TSA lines for this holiday travel. We'll get over to meteorologist Damon Matson, and all eyes are on tomorrow, those 4th of July fireworks forecast. What do you got in store for us?
Well, we got a few different things going with Mother Nature here. Unfortunately for the holiday, we're starting to break away from the more comfortable weather we've had these last couple of days, and it's been quiet, but storms are going to be back in the forecast. We're already feeling the heat a little bit that has been on the rise here today. Temperatures are up into the upper 80s, 87 in the district, 88 over toward Frederick, and even to the west, some 90s have popped up already. Leesburg is right at 90 degrees. Cumberland, 93 here at this hour, and that is just a sign of things to come as these temperatures continue to rise, and also that humidity starts to increase as well. We're feeling the mugginess mixed in with these rising temperatures out there already today. Though we do start to cool off toward the 70s as we head into your Wednesday night, the mugginess will only continue to increase. So be ready for a classic 4th of July setup. The heat, the humidity is going to be stifling at times, and enough to the point where the National Weather Service has put out a heat advisory along the I-95 urban corridor, including the DC Metro and the Baltimore Metro for your 4th of July afternoon and evening, as heat index values will be climbing into the triple digits. So be ready to stay cool and hydrated, but also I mentioned that chance for storms. We'll time out when some of that stormy weather could be rolling through tomorrow, coming up in a full look at your forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And DC News Now's Dave Laval continues our team coverage, and he joins us from the National Mall as the district prepares for tomorrow night's massive fireworks show. And Dave, how are the preparations coming along?
Well, good afternoon to you, Mark, Marielle. Everything appears to be ready to go. And in the distance over my shoulder, those are some of the fireworks that will take to the sky tomorrow night shortly after 9 o'clock. It's a lot of work to get them ready for a program that will last about 17 and a half minutes.
This is the control panel.
Chris Santori is the man who will light up the sky over the National Mall. The production manager of New Jersey's Garden State Fireworks has been responsible for the annual DC 4th of July fireworks show since 2013.
You get butterflies, inevitably. There's excitement, there's nerves, and you just stay focused and really just get prepared for that moment.
The fireworks will launch from both sides of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool and will be in sync with music pumped in from the memorial and the Washington Monument.
Kind of like to keep it a little bit of a surprise, but you can definitely expect Stars and Stripes to carry us home for the grand finale.
We're prepared for hundreds of thousands of people. Mike Laturst is with the National Park Service. He advises those who plan to be at the National Mall Thursday night, bring plenty of water and pack patience. If you're going to watch in that area, that includes the Washington Monument grounds, that includes the plaza in front of the Lincoln Memorial, you will have to go through a screening area on your way in for that. Thousands of people pack the steps of the Lincoln Memorial every year to watch the 4th of July fireworks. Not this year. They and the memorial will be closed for renovations. Not what Avery Brown of Houston, Texas wanted to hear.
I feel a little disappointed. It feels like it'd be an iconic spot to do it, so yeah, a little disappointed.
Let's take a look at this module.
Santori and his daughter inspect their equipment as they once again get ready to provide plenty of fireworks for the district this 4th of July. And the fireworks are scheduled to start at 9:09 p.m. Before that, at 8 o'clock, is the Capitol 4th concert on the West Lawn of the U.S. Capitol. Both events, of course, are free. The gates to get into the National Mall, if you want choice seats, open at 3 p.m. We're live at the National Mall. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, thank you. The Washington Regional Alcohol Program, or WRAP, is offering free Lyft rides for the 4th of July, and it will be available to 1,500 people aged 21 and older in the DMV on a first-come, first-served basis. And you can get free rides up to $15 starting at 3 p.m. on the holiday. Instructions on how to do that are on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In Virginia, you can expect to see more state police out on the roads through the 4th of the July weekend. And VSP says that increased patrols start tomorrow through midnight on July 7th. The effort isn't part of an initiative called CARE, which aims to reduce deadly crashes, drunk driving, and speeding. Officials say the 2024 summer had a deadly start with 13 deaths over Memorial Day holiday. And to stay up to date on your holiday weekend, just visit our website, dcnewsnow.com, or scan the QR code on your screen to get the latest on your 4th of July forecast.
And developing now, the district is facing a $4.4 million penalty after failing to properly issue federal SNAP benefits. Now, according to data from the USDA, D.C. overpaid or underpaid SNAP benefits in 20% of its cases last year, making it one of the worst performing states in the country. District officials say the city can repay half of the fine by reinvesting the money into improving its case processing system. It's unclear how it'll pay the remaining $2 million. And Montgomery County Police are looking for a man in connection to a robbery and assault at a Giant. Take a look on your screen. It happened on Arlington Road in Bethesda back on June 25th. Police say the suspect entered the store and attempted to return stolen items to get a refund. He then punched a store worker in the face, stole cash from another worker, and took off. A cash reward of up to $10,000 is being offered for any information that leads to an arrest.
Well, people stuck on a sinking boat in the Potomac River were rescued this morning. It happened near the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. This is a photo from D.C. Fire, and officials say a pair of fireboats were called to the scene after the vessel began to take on water. It's unclear how many people were on the boat. There were no injuries reported.
And new today, Maryland Governor Wes Moore says sales on medical and recreational marijuana have surpassed $1.1 billion since 2023. That is when the state legalized cannabis. Now, some industry highlights since 2023, over $40 million have been collected from cannabis businesses. And that goes to support the Community Reinvestment and Repair Fund to better help low-income communities. Those with a history of cannabis-related offenses can take part in the newly established Cannabis Workforce Development Program. And with a growing industry in Maryland, the number of employees on the Maryland Cannabis Administration rose from about 50 to over 100. And DC News Now is your election headquarters. Following the poor debate performance, there are now growing calls for President Biden to end his re-election bid, including from members of his own party. Today, the White House is responding, saying the president is staying in the race and intends to win. Reporter Samantha Cortese has the story.
Is President Biden considering stepping down?
Absolutely not. No mincing words here. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the president is not bowing out of the presidential race. But following a dismal debate performance, the leaks keep coming. One alleged ally of President Biden telling the New York Times he's considering stepping away.
The president said it is absolutely false. That's coming directly from him.
A damning report from the Times says staffers have known about the president's cognitive decline for months.
I am not going to speak to sources out there, unnamed sources out there. That's not what I'm going to speak to. I'm going to speak to what I know, what this president does, and how he is committed to the work of the president, of the commander-in-chief.
According to the press corps, on an all-hands call with campaign staffers, President Biden said, "I am running." At the same time, there are growing calls for Democratic National Convention delegates to consider all options. Democrat Congressman Lloyd Doggett called on the president to step down.
The danger is great to our democracy, and I don't believe that President Biden is our strongest candidate to put a stop to this.
That was Samantha Cortese reporting. President Biden is scheduled to meet with Democratic governors at the White House tonight. Maryland Governor Wes Moore is expected to be there in person. This effort is meant to reassure Biden supporters of his ability to win the November election after that rocky debate performance.